Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them, that's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Morning decisions. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
Hello and welcome to I Talk to Ghosts, the podcast that likes to play with all the spooky things. I'm your host, Jennifer, your personal medium and a teller of ghost stories. Tonight, I have for you Tales of Haunted Dolls. This is one of my favorite type of ghost stories. And after the spooky, come join me at my séance table for a message from the spirits. If you're new to the podcast, each week I open the space for a spirit to come close with a message for someone listening to the podcast. And since you're here, this message could be for you. But first, the ghosts are ready to play. The Haunted Doll ghost stories start right now. Last year, my family and I were living in a townhouse, and we had a neighboring couple who lived right next door to us. They would constantly fight, arguments loud enough for us to hear through our shared wall. Eventually, they were packing to move, and one of their daughters decided to give my little girl one of their dolls. It was an unassuming blonde, Barbie-style-like doll. Shortly after my husband took it upstairs to put it away, we were all in the living room, and we heard thumping and crashing coming from our daughter's bedroom. My husband went to check and found nothing out of sorts. Nothing appeared to have actually toppled. No one in our closets, room, or bathroom. We thought it was incredibly odd, but we didn't think too much of it. The crashing occurred again later, and upon investigating again, nothing was there. Later that evening, I was with our infant son upstairs in our bedroom when I began to hear sobbing and sounds like a baby crying coming from our daughter's room. Our cat was lying in the hallway, staring into that room, ears perked up. I got up, told my husband about the situation, grabbed the doll, and tossed it into the dumpster outside. We never had an issue before or since for the remainder of our time there. You know those inexpensive plastic dolls you see in craft stores? The kind meant to be dressed up in hand-knitted or crocheted dresses. The ones with the molded smiles and painted eyes that never quite seem to look at anything in particular. These were especially popular with grandmothers. You can make a dress for these dolls as a craft project. My mom received one of these dolls from an elderly neighbor not long before the woman passed away. I don't remember the exchange itself, only that the timing stuck with me later. The doll arrived towards the end of the neighbor's life, already dressed in a carefully made purple and white outfit. The yarn was soft from handling, the stitches tight and deliberate, as though whoever made it had spent a great deal of time getting it just right. It felt less like a gift and more like something entrusted. My mom placed the doll in a blue armchair in her bedroom. The chair sat at an angle that faced the doorway, and my mom always kept her door open. Always. So every time I passed her room, on the way to the bathroom, down the hall at night, drifting by half asleep, that doll was there, sitting upright, hands folded, head tilted just enough to suggest attention. At first, I didn't think much of it. I noticed the doll, registered it, and I moved on. But then I started to realize something was off. Every time I passed the doorway, the doll's head would be turned towards me. Not dramatically, not enough to scream movement, just enough that it couldn't be a coincidence. If I approached from one end of the hallway, the face angled that direction. If I came back the other way, it seemed to have followed. I would stop mid-step and stare, my heart doing that uncomfortable stutter, trying to convince myself I was imagining it, that it had always been that way, that the chair had shifted, that I just hadn't noticed before. But I had noticed. I started testing it, walking slowly past, stopping abruptly and turning around. Every time those eyes met mine, fixed, waiting, as if it had been watching the whole time and was only now acknowledging me. I didn't say anything at first. I didn't want to sound ridiculous. Plastic doesn't track people. So I kept it to myself and I tried to ignore it. Then, my nephew mentioned it. He wasn't much younger than me at the time, and one day, completely unprompted, he said, "Does that doll in your mom's room move its head?" I remember the way my stomach dropped. That cold, sinking confirmation that what I was experiencing wasn't imagined. He said the same thing I noticed, that whenever he walked past the room, it seemed to be looking directly at him. He laughed when he said it, but it was a nervous kind of laugh, the kind you use when you're hoping someone will immediately explain it to you. No one ever did. The longer the doll stayed there, the worse it felt. The air around my mom's room seemed heavier. Passing the doorway at night felt like crossing a line. I started having nightmares. I'd wake up with an awful certainty that something had been watching me while I slept. I hated that doll. Eventually, my mom gave it away. The day it was gone, the blue chair was empty, and the doorway felt like it was just a doorway again. The hallway felt lighter. I was overwhelmingly relieved. But even now, when I see those dolls in craft stores, lined up on shelves, waiting for their dresses, I feel that same familiar unease, because I know how easily something meant to be decorative can become something else. When I was in elementary school, there was a girl in my class named Anne who bought a small plastic pony during a school event. It wasn't special in any obvious way, just a toy. But for some reason, my friends and I became obsessed with it. We pestered Anne constantly, asking if we could have it, begging her to let one of us take it home, that we could all take turns. She always refused. Eventually, after a few months, we gave up, and we forgot all about the pony completely. Then one day, without warning or explanation, Anne handed the toy to my friend. No reason, no conversation, just, "Here, you can have it." A few days later, this friend pulled me and another friend aside and told us that the pony was possessed. She said it would turn its head and look at her when she wasn't touching it. I didn't believe her. at least not openly. One night, she said, she had lined all of her pony dolls up on her dresser. She posed them intentionally. She left the room briefly, realized she had forgotten something, and turned back around. All of her ponies were facing her. My friend and I exchanged looks, kind of an unspoken agreement that she was probably making this up. But we played along, asked questions, let her talk. I even asked if I could keep the pony overnight, just to see for myself. She brought the toy to school the next day, and I took it home. When I got there, I told my brother about it. We joked about how it was possessed, laughing about what my friend had told me. I set the pony down on the table, and it immediately tipped over. We kept joking, still not taking it seriously. My brother was the only other person in the house who even knew the toy existed. That night, I decided to prove the story was fake. I took the pony into the bathroom and grabbed a few of my other toys. I set them up on the shelf, one facing behind the door, one towards the shower, one towards the sink. The pony I placed facing the wall behind the shelf, all different directions. I wanted it to be obvious if anything changed. Then I sat on the edge of the bathtub and watched. 5 minutes passed, 10, maybe 15. Nothing happened. I felt stupid, embarrassed for even entertaining the idea. I used the bathroom and then I walked towards the door. I realized I'd forgotten to wash my hands. I turned around. Every single toy was facing me, all except one. One that was notoriously hard to balance had fallen over. It hadn't made a sound, and this had happened in seconds. I had been alone. There was no way someone could have come in, moved every toy, and then left without me noticing. I lost it. I ran to my mom, crying, trying to explain through panic what had happened, and she was furious, not at me being scared, but that I had brought something like that into the house without telling her. She put the pony in a plastic container, poured salt all over it, sealed it shut, and threw it away. The next day at school, I told my friends everything. I questioned why a toy pony would be this wrong. My friend then hesitated but told me that shortly after Anne gave the pony away, they had had a sleepover. They had been trying to summon demons. According to her, they stacked books together and recited some ancient chant they found online. She couldn't remember the words, couldn't explain what the ritual actually was. But she was convinced that whatever they did that night had attached itself to the toy. Her giving it away wasn't generosity. She was getting rid of it.
This summer, soccer is here, and so are the watch parties. And Uber Eats has your game day essentials covered with 30% off orders from Aldi, Kroger, and Dollar General. Everything you need to keep your crowd happy, delivered straight to your door. Chips, dips, fresh ingredients, and more. Order in so you can lock in for the games. 30% off your grocery order, only on Uber Eats for a limited time.
Welcome back to I Talk to Ghosts. I have a message from the spirits this evening for someone listening to the podcast. So thank you for joining me here in the candlelight. As I work this evening, I have with me the herb eyebright. Generally, I keep eyebright around to drink as a tea. It is said to help with eyesight. And not only that, eyebright is used extensively for any kind of clairvoyant third eye work. It's said to add a little humor and mirth in your life and to notice the blessings that we have and connect with your optimism when all you seem to see right now is gloom. But you can carry it with you in a satchel on a daily basis to raise your psychic awareness. That herb's name again is eyebright. I'm going to settle my mind, open the space for spirit to come close. It's not going to take long. I feel like a woman has been waiting for me. She immediately is showing me that she enjoyed working with watercolors, and this was a hobby and creative expression of hers that helped even during the physical burdens that she had in life during that period of time. I see her painting lovely flowers, and she loves cats. She's joking that she tried to do paintings of cats, but yeah, she's just laughing about it, that she really, she says that, yeah, that wasn't her best work. She feels like she has this wonderfully diligent personality that also had a lot of charm and warmth to it. Usually when we think of diligence in someone, we think of it as kind of serious and just focused on task and nothing else, where she just poured her love into what she was doing and was very, very dedicated. She's sharing that her passing was rather fast, and she's acknowledging that was difficult for you. She wants to give you advice tonight. Her message is that it feels like you are recently going through a breakup with someone you thought was naturally the one for you, and it's just a very difficult time for you. You're having a hard time seeing the colors of the world. There is good things to embrace right now. She wants to help you with your broken heart and cheer you up a little bit. She wants to give you this big warm hug. And just when you think of her, the memories that you have, that energy, that happiness that you feel, she wants to give that to you. And she wants you to know that everything will be okay. Do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt your talents and your worth. She loves you so much, and she knows that you deserve to shine, and you will. So focus on self-support and self-care right now. It feels like there are other people involved with this breakup. Do not feel like you have to defend yourself or engage with any of that drama. She says to take care of yourself, and that she knows that life is going to lighten up for you and you'll be able to get your happiness back. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it at that. If this message connects for you, I hope it brings in love and that support that this wonderful woman really wants to bring to you right now. And I hope you can feel that. Thank you so much. Take care. And with that, dear listener, we've reached the end of this episode of I Talk to Ghosts. I hope you enjoyed my spirit work this evening and those creepy tales of haunted dolls. Do you have a story of your own that you'd like to share, or do you just feel that dolls themselves can creep you out? I would love to know, so leave a comment and reach out. In the meantime, wherever you wander off to in this world or the next, just remember, come back and visit with me. Have a lovely evening and good night.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Struggling with weight loss? Prolon's 5-day fasting mimicking diet is a clinically developed nutrition program designed to promote fat loss while protecting lean body mass. Developed at USC's Longevity Institute, it assists the body in entering a fasting-like state that helps reset metabolism and target visceral fat. In just 5 days, Prolon offers a science-backed approach to weight loss without extreme restriction or guesswork. Get 15% off plus a $40 bonus gift when you subscribe at prolonlife.com/now.